Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are live for the Seahawks and the Commanders tonight on Sunday Night Football. Game kicked off a couple minutes ago. Commanders with the ball first. Welcome to the stream, everybody. There we go. Let me pull up the chat. The Commanders with the football, it's a 2nd and 25. They just got a penalty called against them, which backs them up quite a bit. So let me pull up the stream, or pull up the chat. The 2nd and 25 for the Commanders. Daniels looks to throw, rolls right, and Daniels going to try to run here, and he'll pick up about 4 on the scramble, so make it 3rd and very long. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Let me put out a poll. I got the Seahawks in this game. I don't remember what score I said. I think something... I don't remember exactly. I'll check in a second. 3rd and 21. Daniels to throw. Steps up, throws underneath. That is going to be caught for a gain of about 8 to Zach Ertz. So it's going to bring up 4th down. And Seahawks defense going to force a punt. So Seahawks will get the football. And I'll check my score when they go the score prediction. I think I said 26-13 or something like that. I'll check my score prediction when they go to commercial. After the punt. But the punt team comes on for the Commanders. Torrey Horton, the rookie, back deep to receive. He's already brought one back for a touchdown this year. That was earlier in the year. And Horton calls fair catch here at the 10-yard line. And with 11:11 to go in the first quarter, that is where the Seahawks take over for their first drive. So let's see. What score did I say? I think I said 26-13. You got Seahawks 28-17. Okay. I could see that. Pretty similar to what I think I said. Let's see here. No, 27-17. What I said. But still pretty similar. So I got the Seahawks 27-17. This game should be pretty entertaining. Both the teams are pretty solid. The Commanders only 3-5, but they've also. This is like the 3rd or 4th game for Jaden Daniels. Let's see. I think this is his 4th. This is the 6th game for Jaden Daniels. Friday played against the Chargers. Close, yeah. We got a 1-point difference. Yeah, this is pretty close. You need Kenneth Walker to have a bad game for fantasy reasons. I had a crazy game in fantasy. So I was down. No, I was up like 6. But the guy I was playing had Kelsey and Butker. So I thought I was for sure going to lose, but I still had Brock Bowers, who ended up scoring 43 points. And I ended up, I'm winning 132 to 123. And I'm going to end up winning because nobody else has anyone playing. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Kenneth Walker is, like, he's good, but he's not, like, amazing. The Seahawks, they try to use Zach Charbonnet too much. That's their problem. Need him under 17. Okay, that's not bad. I could definitely see that happening. I'm kind of surprised if he gets over 17. So 1st and 10 here from the 10-yard line for the Seahawks. Darnold under center tosses it to Walker to the right side. And Walker has a blocker and picks up about 5 or 6. But Sam Darnold numbers on the year. In his first year with the Seahawks, averaging 251 passing yards per game, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And he's averaging 9.1 yards per attempt, which is best in the NFL. 2nd and 4 here. 3 receivers bunch to the right side. Darnold looks left, throws over the middle, caught for a first down. The 29-yard line. Torrey Horton makes the catch. And a nice pickup right there. So 1st and 10 from the 29. Darnold under center. They bring Jackson Smith-Njigba in motion, hand it to him on the jet sweep, and I'll turn the corner. And pretty good pickup as he's out near the first down marker. Pretty good pickup right there. Looks like he got about 12. So 1st and 10 from the 40. Darnold under center. Bring Horton in motion. And Darnold throws right side. That is going to be caught by Horton after picking up a 4 along the sideline. We got a flag down though. 9:25 to go in the first quarter. And we got a chop block called here against the offense. So that'll back him up 15. That makes it a lot harder with a first down. 1st and 25. We've seen the Commanders just have 2nd and 25. Now the Seahawks have 1st and 25. $9:15 to go in the first quarter. Darnold in shotgun, Walker to his left. Darnold looks to throw, has time, throws over the middle, that is caught by JSN, and he's going to get it back to the 37-yard line. Getting some of the penalty yardage back. So 2nd and 12, 13 yards there on first down for the Seahawks. They motion Walker out of the backfield. And got a false start here. I thought somebody moved early. The called against 72 of the offense. Right tackle Abraham Lucas. That backs him up. They get 2nd and 17 instead. So 2nd and 17 from the 32-yard line. Darnold in shotgun, Charbonnet to his right. And Darnold will look to throw. And again, completion to Smith-Njigba. Getting it to the 47-yard line. It makes this a much more manageable third down. They wanted JSN up in the backfield there. I believe he leads the NFL in receiving yards coming into this week. So 3rd and 3. Seahawks not a very good third down team. 27th in the NFL, converting just 33%. Empty backfield for Darnold. Look to throw here. Darnold has time, lots of it, and throws underneath. Call for a first down. Ball comes out at the end, but he'll get it back. Tight end Barner makes the catch, and Seahawks move the sticks. Darnold perfect 4-4, 49 yards. Ball on the Commander 44. They go to the ground here with Walker. Going to bounce the outside. Turn the corner. Walker knocked it bounds after getting 13. Nice run right there for the Commanders. For the Seahawks. It's the Commanders' defense that isn't the best. Well, they go back to that previous play. It was a fumble, but he was just able to get it back in time. But 1st and 10 here from the 33. Handoff goes to Walker up the middle, and Walker will gain about 6 yards again. So 2nd and 4 here. Darnold under center from the 26. Walker is the back. And again, they'll hand it to him right up the middle. And this time, not as much space. And let's look at about 3. Walker coming into the game, 99 carries, 457 yards, 3 touchdowns. Zach Charbonnet in the game now, at running back. And Seahawks going to wind up to go quarterback sneak, and lots of people moved early right there. They wanted the tight end up under center and tried to sneak it with him, but the entire offensive line moves early. It's a false start back to up 5. Third penalty against the Seahawks already, 24 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Darnold in shotgun back to his right. Commanders show blitz. And they'll bring 6. Quick throw out of the backfield. Caught by Walker for a first down. And he stumbles his way down to the 13-yard line. A nice throw and catch. And a conversion on 3rd down for the Seahawks. You might lose. It's still early. Darnold, quick throw that is incomplete. They need 12 more points. Yeah, definitely not looking great. I mean, also still a long way to go, though. We got defensive pass interference here against Marshawn Lattimore. So first and goal here after the penalty. 3:48 to go in the first quarter. Game still scoreless. Ten plays, 87 yards, 7:23 off the clock for the Seahawks. Ball on the 3. Darnold under center. They bring Horton in motion. And Darnold hands off. Walker is taken down for a loss. Lost a yard. Back at the 4-yard line. And it's second and goal. .3:15 to go in the first quarter. Darnold under center. Again, they bring Horton in motion. And off play action here, Darnold looks to throw. Throws back to the end zone. Call for a Seahawks touchdown. We got a flag down, but Horton makes the catch, and the Seahawks might be on the board first. It's defensive pass interference. Penalties declined. And the Seahawks get on the board first. Darnold throws a touchdown to the rookie Torrey Horton. Caps off a 12-play, 90-yard drive that took 8:07 off the clock. And Seahawks get the first points of the game. A nice throw and catch right there. And here's Myers, who had the extra point. And it is up and good. So 7-0 Seahawks lead the Commanders after a long touchdown drive. And they get the game's first points. For a good drive right there for the Seahawks. Seahawks on that drive. They actually end up going 104 total yards when you factor in penalties as well. 37 rushing yards, 67 receiving yards. Darnold a perfect 67 passing yards. But Darnold is a perfect 6 of 6 for 67 yards and a touchdown. But we wait for them to come back from commercial here. Commanders will get the football back. First drive, they punted the ball away. They went 6 plays, 12 yards, and then punted. On their drive, they went back-to-back scrambles for Jaden Daniels, then a completion to Ertz for 9, incompletion. Then there was an illegal blindside block, which back him 15. Then there's a scramble, another throw to Ertz, and then the punt. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. A 7-0 Seahawk lead. A little over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. All right, now they're back. Seahawks set to kick this off, and Myers sends it away. And this one is fielded near the goal line, and looks like the kick takes him into the end zone. So this will come out to the 35. By the way, Commanders receiver slash return specialist Luke McCaffrey is out for the rest of the game with a shoulder injury. So hopefully he's okay, and it's not a serious injury, but definitely could be a loss for them for the game, or he's already out for the game. But hopefully not a serious injury. The 1st and 10 here from the 20, so they say the kick didn't go into the end zone. He brought it into the end zone himself. Here goes the handoff to Krosky Murray, and he's going to gain maybe 2. Something I find interesting, the Commanders, they've been on primetime a lot recently. They were on Monday night last week against the Chiefs. They were on Monday night against the Bears. I think 2 weeks before that. What was that? 3 primetime games in 4 weeks? Play action here. Daniel's going to look to throw. Will step up, and he's going to run it here. We'll dive ahead after a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and about 2. Yeah, this is 3 primetime games in 4 weeks for the Commanders. They had the one against the Bears on Monday. Then they played the Cowboys in the afternoon. That was a 4 o'clock game. Then last week they were on Monday. And now tonight, obviously, they're playing tonight. But a 3rd and 2 here for the Commanders. Daniels in shotgun back to his left. From their own 28, Seahawks show blitz. And they'll bring 4. Daniels throws outside. That is high, but caught for a 1st down. Zach Ertz makes the catch. A gain of 4, but there's a flag down. We got defensive holding here. It's against the rookie Nick Eamon-Wari. He's actually wound up against Zach Ertz on that play. Already the 4th penalty going against Seattle. 90 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Daniels under center. And they'll toss it here. Krosky Murray up the middle for about 3 yards. Minute 10 to go in the opening quarter. With 7-0 Seahawk lead. They actually give him 4 there on 1st down. With 2nd and 6. Daniels under center. Krosky Murray is the back. And another toss play here. Try to get to the outside here. Turns the corner. Cuts back inside. And a solid pick up another 4 yards. A lot of running just to gain 4. Let's throw a pretty solid run. It's a good decision to bounce outside here, but I'm not sure about the one to cut back in. I think if he keeps going, he's going to be able to get the edge. He's probably got 15 yards. So I'm not sure about that decision to cut back inside. A 3rd and 1 for the Commanders. They keep it on the ground. This time, Jeremy McNichols gets to carry. And he's taken down pretty much at the line of scrimmage. And it also brings us to the end of the 1st quarter. So we head to the 2nd quarter. Seahawks still lead the Commanders 7-0. And the Commanders football on the way 4th and 2 for the first play of the 2nd. And an interesting decision here for Dan Quinn. He'll probably punt it because they are inside their own territory, but it's definitely a decision. McNichols got the carry on 3rd and 1. It was from the Washington Commanders' 42-yard line. So they're still inside their own territory. And they've got 4th and 1 after he ran for no gain. So a decision here for Dan Quinn and the Commanders. I would think they'll probably punt, but I mean you never know. But some stats from the opening quarter: Sam Darnold went 6 of 6 for 67 yards. Jed Daniels went 2 for 3 for 17 yards. Seahawks outgained the Commanders 104 to 44, having 8.7 yards per play to the Commanders 4. With the Seahawks, a lot of penalties in that first quarter, 4 of them for 29 yards, 2 for 25 against the Commanders. But we enter the second quarter. The Commanders with the football spotted a 4th and 1. Hold on 1 second. Alright. So they're back from commercial here as we start the second quarter. It's a 4th and inches for the Commanders. And they've got the offense on the field. They're going to get aggressive and go for it here. On 4th and short. The Commanders went for it, or had an 87% 4th down conversion rate last year, which is the best in 40 years. Minimum 25 attempts. This is 4th and inches, about half a yard. Daniels under center, crossing Murray at the back. And Daniels off play action, rolls right, throws underneath, call for a first down. The Commanders move the sticks. And on the completion, the Commanders convert on 4th down. Tight end Bates made the catch. Puts the ball inside Seahawk territory as well. Here's a touch pass to Deebo Samuel. And look for some blocks on the outside. And it'll pick up about 8 yards. Got an injured player down on the field for the Seahawks. So he's okay. We got run into by his own guy here. But hopefully he's okay. So 2nd and 1 here. They actually give Deebo 9 on the jet sweep. So 2nd and 1 here. Daniels under center. Krosky Murray is the back. Again, they bring Debo Samuel in motion. And another toss to Ja'Cory Krosky Murray. And he's got nowhere to go. Runs into the arms of the defender right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd down. Just a great all-around play with the Seahawks right there. There's just nowhere for him to go. Seahawks' best run defense in the NFL. On just 76 rush yards per game and 3.3 yards a carry. Both fewest in the NFL. 3rd and 2. Daniels looks to throw, gets pressured. Flag comes in, somebody lost their helmet. And Daniels going to run here for a 1st down. This is for sure coming back. This is either a hold, a face mask, hands to face. This is coming back. Seahawks defense is pretty good. Yeah, they got a great defense. One of the better defenses in the NFL. They call a face mask here against the left guard, Paul. It's pretty easy to see why when the guy loses his helmet. I didn't know Chris Paul played football too. Chris Paul started every game since week 3 for the Commanders, all at left guard. So 3rd and 17 after the penalty. Daniels looks to throw. Blitz coming, just lets it go downfield. And that is... Oh, is that picked? It's caught. I don't know if he got the feet down. He did. Wow, what a catch. That is a great catch for a defender to make. And Daniels gets picked off. Wow. How did he catch that? Wow. I think he did get the feet in. One. Oh, I don't know if his elbow hits first. That is very close. It's whether his foot hits first or his elbow hits first. I think his foot came down first, but that is really close. But I mean, if that stands, that's a crazy catch for defensive back to make. I mean, this is gonna get reviewed because obviously all turnovers get reviewed, but this is a great catch if it stands. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial break here. So it looks like they aren't giving the interception, and I mean, this is a great catch. And Daniels just kind of chucks it. Oh man, his arm really does hit the same time as his foot. Now maybe his foot hit a split second before. But the interception stands. And now the Seahawks take over from their own 40-yard line. Darnold under center. Rolls left. Darnold throws downfield. That's caught by Jackson Smith-Njigba, gain of 17. And a nice pickup there for the Seahawks. They've gotten off to a great start in this game. So 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Darnold still 7 of 7. Without incompletion, 84 yards. And they'll go to the ground. Here's Zach Charbonnet, nowhere to go. So 2nd and 10 here. Charbonnet remains the running back. Play clock at 5. Darnold, quick throw to the outside, caught by JSN. And it's going to pick up about 7 yards. Seahawks sideline wants a flag right there on Marshawn Lattimore for a late shove. They're not going to get one. So 3rd and short here. So 3rd and 3. Could be 4-down territory for the Seahawks. Darnold under center. Charbonnet is the back. And they're going to hand it to him straight at the middle. Charbonnet 1st down. At the 27-yard line. And the Seahawks move the 6. A nice run right up the middle for Zach Charbonnet. And they convert on 3rd down. I was just about to say, I feel like he's like the least efficient runner in the NFL. And I just looked it up. He's averaging 2.8 yards a carry. Although, clearly a good one right there. Oh, he landed on his head. Why are they going to commercial? Somebody get hurt? Oh, maybe that's... They were just showing somebody got hurt? I thought they were just showing how he landed. Oh yeah, Quan Martin. Down on the play for the Commanders. Obviously, hopefully he's okay. Yeah, obviously, hopefully he's okay. The 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. 10:32 to go in the first half. They got the ball on the Commanders' 27. Again, moving the football effectively. We wait for them to come back from commercial. I was hoping Martin's okay. But Seahawks, they continue to move the football effectively. All right, now they're back from commercial. Seahawks with the football, 10.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Looks like Martin was able to get up and walk off the field. So, looks to be okay. But first and 10 here from the 27. Darnold against shotgun, Charbonnet to his right. Bring a receiver in motion. And another handoff, Charbonnet up the middle. And another good pickup, got about 5. $10 to go in the first half. So 2nd and 4 from the 21. Darnold under center. JSN goes in motion. But calls it to Charbonnet to the left side. And Charbonnet this time nowhere to go. He's dropped for a big loss. Lost 4 on the play. It brings up 3rd and 8. Why does Zach Charbonnet in this drive? Haven't seen Kenneth Walker, I don't think, at all. The 3rd and 8 here for the Seahawks. Ball on the 25. Darnold in shotgun back to his left. Will look to throw. Darnold and take a shot downfield. At the end zone, wide open receiver. Touchdown Seahawks. Torrey Horton again. And the Seahawks, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. He was wide open. This drive, 7 plays, 60 yards. I never switched the ball marker back to Seattle. But another great drive. And Horton ends up wide open. He just beats Mike Sanders still. And a great throw and catch. And here is Myers for the extra point. And it is right down the middle. So it's 14-0 Seahawks. They've gone off to a great start. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Although, hold on. We got a flag down the extra point. We got running into the kicker. And the penalty is going to be enforced on the kickoff. But the Commanders will get the ball back now down 14-0. Seahawks' great start continues. Darnold now 2 touchdowns. Horton 2 touchdowns. Darnold is 9 of 9, 116 yards. And 2 touchdowns. And Torrey Horton has 3 catches for 42 yards and 2 touchdowns. Seahawks up to 164 total yards. Commanders still at 62. This has been a great start for the Seahawks. Up by 14. With 8:52 to go in the first half. Hold on 1 second. Alright, back from commercial here as we kick off once again. Commander is down 14, getting the football here, returned from the goal line. And here is Jalen Wayne. He lost the football, and it's recovered by Seattle. While the great start for the Seahawks continues, Wayne loses the ball on the kick return, and the Seahawks have the ball deep inside Commander's territory. Wow, second turnover of the game for the Commanders. Wow. It gets knocked out by, I believe, 95. Yeah, I don't even think he's trying to punch the ball. I just think he's trying to tackle him. And then it's recovered by 57. I don't know who either of those guys are. But a big play made by the Seahawks again. And they take over deep inside Commander territory. Man, what a first half. They start on the Commander 26. Darnold under center. Walker is the back. And Darnold will look to throw. Has time. Takes a shot at the seam. Oh, caught for a touchdown. Elijah Arroyo, the rookie from Miami. And it's a one-play touchdown for the Seahawks. And they're about to be up 21-0. It's a 26-yard touchdown as Darnold finds Arroyo. Wow, what a first half for the Seahawks. Wow, what a throw. JSN was open the other side as well. And here is Myers for another extra point. And again, it's right down the middle. 21-0 Seahawks lead. 8:41 still to go in the first half. Wow. Darnold stays perfect. I believe he's now 10 of 10 for like 150 yards. Your brother's so happy right now. Oh, he's a Seahawks fan? I would be too if I was a Seahawks fan. But Darnold's now 10 of 10 for 142 yards and 3 touchdowns. Seahawks averaging 9.5 yards per play. Commanders at 4.1. Yeah, Seahawks, they've been great. This kick is going to bounce through the end zone for a touchback. So it'll come out to the 20. Another mistake right there for the Commanders. When you got a field. So 1st and 10 here from the 20. Daniels in shotgun with the back to his right. Daniels play action throws up the middle off the hands of the intended receiver and incomplete. That one's got to be caught. That's a nice start to the drive. That is caught, about 15 yards right there. But instead, it's incomplete because this guy can't catch. Think about guys that can't catch. I feel like watching the Giants. They had so many drop passes today. So 2nd and 10 from the 20. Handoff goes to Krosky Murray up the middle, and I'll pick up 5. We get 3rd and 5. $8:20 to go in the first half. So Daniels in shotgun back to his right. They bring Debo in motion. That should be a false start. No, they're not going to call it. Throw to the outside is caught, but he's short of the sticks. And it's 4th down. Ertz makes the catch. The rookie even Warrior with another big play. Actually, that might be his first big play. But still, nice play right there. And a 3-and-out forced by the Seahawks defense. With 7:25 to go in the first half. Are the Commanders going to go for this? They're going to keep the offense out there. 4th-and-1 from your own 29. Daniels in shotgun. McNichols to his right. They will snap it. Daniels rolls right. Going to try to run for this. And he's going to have a first down easily. Actually, no. We got a flag down. We got play blown dead. A flag is down. This is a big penalty right here. Wow, it's a false start. It's against their running back, McNichols. Or sorry, I thought he said 26. It's 86. Zach Ertz. Yeah, he does start to move early. Wow, that's another big mistake for the Commanders. Takes them away from potentially going forward on 4th down, even though they're deep inside their own territory, to now being forced to punt on 4th-and-6. So Way sends it away. Horton back deep to receive. And he's going to let this one bounce at the 30. And it's going to take the Commanders' roll down to the 13. But the Seahawks up 21-0 with all the momentum right now. 6:44 to go in the first half. I mean, how about this start for the Seahawks? They've scored a touchdown in all 3 drives. But they forced a punt, then went on a long touchdown drive. Then they picked off Jay Daniels, another touchdown drive. Then the fumble, 1-play touchdown, and then 3-and-out. I mean, what a start for the Seahawks. Hold on 1 second. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Why did they show Ravens Bills Sunday Night Football commercial? They put in week 1. Next we have the Steelers and Chargers on Sunday night. That's be pretty interesting. But Seahawks with the football, up 21-0, 6:44 to go in the first half. From their own 13-yard line, Darnold under center. Bring a tight end across the formation. And Darnold play action, steps up, and checks down here to Kenneth Walker. And Walker going to pick up about 5 on the catch and run. So 2nd and 5. Darnold again under center. And this time they'll hand it off to Walker to the right side. And Walker's going nowhere. Taken down at the line. Maybe lost half a yard. And it's 3rd down. A stop right here would be big for the Commanders. They can force a 3 and out. So far, results in the poll, 71% of guys said the Seahawks will win, 29% have said the Commanders. Be sure to vote if you have not already done so. So 3rd and 5 here. Play clock winding down. They'll get the snap off. Darnold, pressured, steps up, throws, call for a first down. Jackson Smith-Njigba to the 39-yard line. And another big first down for the Seahawks. Darnold stays perfect. He's now 11 for 11 as he finds number 11. We have 5 minutes to go here in the first half. So ball now on the 40. Darnold under center. Play action. Rolls right. Darnold throws. Caught again. Still on his feet. Breaking free. Down the sideline. There he goes. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's number 82, White, with the touchdown. I have no idea who that is. But another touchdown for the Seahawks. And they're about to put up 28 here in the first half. 4 plays, 87 yards, and another touchdown for the Seahawks. I mean, he is just wide open. And then a missed tackle. And there's nobody else. I don't even know who this guy is. Number 82. The last name is White. And Myers to add another extra point. And again, it's right down the middle. 28-0 with 4:34 to go in the first half. Wow. What a first half for the Seahawks. I really don't think it could have gone any better. But Cody White was the guy who scored the touchdown for the Seahawks. It's just his 3rd catch all year. It's his 1st career touchdown. Coming into the game, he had 8 catches for 79 yards in his career. He's with the Seahawks this year, or last year and this year. Wait a minute, that says 2024. So it's his 1st catch of the year. Last year he caught 2 passes with the Seahawks, and he was with the Steelers in 2021 and 2022. Nobody in 2023, and he's with the Seahawks again this year. It's his first career receiving touchdown for Cody White. This is an insane first half for the Seahawks. Darnold has thrown 4 touchdowns, still without an incompletion. Darnold is 13 of 13 for 229 and 4 touchdowns. And Seahawks have 277 total yards. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial here. It's now 28-0. The kick here returned from the 1 by Deebo Samuel. And Deebo up the middle. Gonna hold on to the ball, even though he's not the guy who fumbled. But this kick returned to about the 30. Let's see what the Commanders can do here. 4:28 to go until halftime. They haven't done much. So we got Jaden Daniels in shotgun with the back one to his right. And Daniels going to look to throw. Daniels pressured, steps up, rolls right, and he's going to try to run for this here. And he'll pick up 7 on the scramble. The best offense for the Commanders has been just Jaden Daniels scrambling. But their first half possessions, they've gone 6 plays, 27 yards, and punted. They've thrown a pick, and then they've gone 3 and out. And they also lost a fumble on a kick return. So it's 2nd and 2. Daniels has 24 yards on 5 carries. A little surprised to see he's running as much, especially coming with a hamstring injury. Here they go to the ground, and not a ton of space, but we'll get 3 enough for a first down. Chris Rodriguez with the carry. So 1st and 10 from the 42. Daniels in the pistol, Rodriguez behind him. Another handoff, Rodriguez up the middle. This time he's got space, and a gain of 11. Probably one of the best runs of the day for the Commanders, especially because it's like impossible to run the ball against this Seahawks defensive front. The 1st and 10 here from the 46. Empty backfield for Daniels. Seahawks bring a blitz and gets rid of it quickly. That's caught by Deebo for close to another first down. And it looks like he should have it. Actually, no, they're going to mark him about a yard short. Again, the Commanders going to go quick here. 2:23 to go in the first half. The 2nd and 1. Don't have to run a play before the 2-minute warning. 5 seconds. They will run a play. And here's a handoff. Rodriguez up the middle. First down, Commanders. Gain of about 3. And that brings us to 2-minute warning. But the Commanders putting together a drive here, finding some success with going fast. I mean, I guess whatever works for the Commanders. Going on a 5-play, 36-yard drive, which started their longest drive in terms of yards. Their previous one was 25 when they threw the interception. So we got a minute 57 to go in the first half. Each team still with all 3 timeouts. And Seahawks up 28. So far, results in the poll, 71% of guys said the Seahawks win, 29% have said the Commanders. Be sure to vote if you've not already done so. Although, would be pretty sure you guys would be voting for the Seahawks, considering they're up 28. So we still wait for them to come back from commercial. 2 minutes left here in the first half. Or really, a minute 57. So first and 10 here. Minute 57 to go in the first half. Each team with all 3 timeouts. And Seahawks, they also get the ball to start the second half. So points here for the Commanders is a must. Really need a touchdown. I mean, you're already down 28. Comeback is very unlikely to begin with, but I guess it's possible. But you gotta get points here. And ideally take as long as possible doing it too. Because you don't want to give the ball back to Seattle before the half. They pump fake the screen here, throw up the middle, caught by Jalen Wayne, and he's taken down at the 18-yard line. Nice throw and catch right there. First down for the Commanders, minute 45 to go in the first half. Darnold, 4 passing touchdowns so far. Incredible. Yeah, he's been great. Without an incompletion, too. We got Daniels in shotgun. Rodriguez to his left. And they're going to hand it off here. Rodriguez up the middle. And he'll fight his way forward for about 5 yards. Down to a minute 10 to go in the first half. But I think somebody called a timeout here. Clock is stopped, and they're showing the broadcast booth. So somebody called timeout. Seahawks did. Interesting. Seahawks called timeout. Oh, it was an injured player. That's why. I was hopeful he's okay. Ooh. He got landed on, rolled up on. Although he's walking kind of well on the sideline for something like that. That's encouraging. I was hopeful he's okay. 2nd and 5 here, minute 9 to go in the first half. Daniels looks to throw, gets pressured, and floats one out of bounds. And now brings up 3rd and 5. With 3rd and 5 from the 13, they got a first down inside the 8-yard line. Daniels in shotgun, back to his right, 1:04 to go in the first half. Daniels looks to throw, rolls right, and Daniels going to try to run forward here. He's going to have a first down, try to get to the end zone, and Daniels knocked it out of bounds at the 1. Stops the clock with 56 seconds left. Man coverage for the Seahawks, so an easy opportunity for Daniels to run. Daniels 6 carries for 36 yards. 1st and goal from the 1 for the Commanders. 9 plays, 68 yards. They've taken 3:38 off the clock. Daniels, design quarterback run. Daniels, touchdown. Commanders are finally on the board. Jaden Daniels with a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Commanders on the board here before halftime. And their best drive of the day by far. And here is the extra point. 53 seconds left. And it is good. So 28-7. The Seahawks lead the Commanders. But they've got some time. And they get the ball to start the second half. So, I mean, the Seahawks, even though they just gave up points, with the way their offense has been playing, you would assume they're going to get at least something here before halftime. But, I mean, the Seahawks, they've got 2 timeouts here, 53 seconds to work with. I'd imagine they'll try to put something together. And they also get the ball to start the second half. So they're in a really good spot. Plus, they're up 21. Sam Darnold also has a perfect passer rating, 158.3. I mean, it makes sense when you're 13 for 13 for 229 and 4 touchdowns. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. See what the Seahawks try to do before halftime. Got a little over 50 seconds. So 53 seconds left in the first half. The kick is away. And return from the 3. And, oh, big hit right there at the 25. Takes him down. That is where the the Seahawks will take over. Let's see how aggressive they get right here. I mean, they're up 21. Well, I mean, I'm going to try to get more points from Seattle. From the 49, they got 2 timeouts. Sorry, 29 seconds left from the 24. I messed it up again. 49 seconds left from the 24. There we go. Darnold, quick throw, caught by Jackson Smith-Njigba, got space after the catch, and he's taken down to 43. They come out being aggressive right away. 35 seconds left. Seahawks not going to call a timeout. JSN 6 catches for 93 yards. 30 seconds left. Darnold looks to throw. Throws quickly. That is caught. He's taken down inbounds here. Call a timeout. Gotta call a timeout right here. Looks like they do. With 20 seconds to go. They might put a second or two back on the clock. But I mean, a good start to this drive for the Seahawks. It's interesting. Usually you see teams do something safe like a draw or a screen to start a 2-minute drive. Not the Seahawks. They just throw one right up the seam. And gain like 20 there on the first play. Although I do understand that. Like, if you want to be aggressive, why do you have to waste a first play in a draw or a screen that potentially has you taken down inbounds? So 2nd and 3, 1 timeout left for the Seahawks. Still all 3 for the Commanders. Ball in midfield. Darnold will look to throw. Darnold pump fakes. Now takes a shot down the sideline. That is caught by Jackson Smith-Njigba. What a throw and catch. Perfect throw from Sam Darnold. And he's out of bounds with 13 seconds to go. They wanted JSN up in the backfield and have him run a wheel route. I mean, what a throw from Sam Darnold. This is also a great over-the-shoulder catch as well. And he also gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Was his knee down in bounds, though? But they're going to review this right here to see if he was taken down in bounds. No, I think his foot might come down out of bounds first. Here's a good look right here. I don't know if his foot's down. That's really close. But the Seahawks, they have a timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff if it's deemed he's inbounds. He was ruled out of bounds on the field, I believe. There's currently 13 seconds on the clock. Here's a good look. Yeah, it looks like his leg is down in bounds. Yeah, he's down in bounds. Wait, so the Seahawks are not going to use the timeout to avoid the runoff. How do we end up with 5 seconds? There was 13 seconds. Oh, there we go. All right, so 3 seconds left. Mike McDonald calls timeout. There's the third and final timeout for the Seahawks, and they're going to send on the field goal team. They got some more points before halftime. Jason Myers is 13 of 17, a long of 56. So it's a 41-yard field goal here for Jason Myers. Ball's on the right hash. And the kick is up and good. Right down the middle, and the Seahawks are up 31-7 at the half. But what a first half for the Seahawks. 31 points in the first half. And they get the ball to start the second half. Alright, I'm going to go take a quick break. I'll be right back. I am going to go fill my water, use the bathroom. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So we got the Seahawks leading the Commanders 31-7 at the half. And a great first half for the Seahawks. I really don't think it could have been any better. Let's see, I just saw this. We got Sam Darnold is one of two quarterbacks in the last 20 years with 4 touchdowns, total touchdowns this is, and a perfect passer rating in the first half of a primetime game. Pretty good. Sam Darnold in the first half went 16 of 16 for 282 yards, 4 touchdowns, and had a perfect passer rating. But, I mean, what a first half for the Seahawks. But 31 first half points for the Seahawks. I wonder what the most in a first half is. So the most points by a team in one half is 45, when Tom Brady and the Patriots did it against the Titans in 2009. Not bad. The Seahawks obviously haven't hit 45, but still 31 is quite good. But a great first half for the Seahawks, and as far as an updated score prediction goes, I originally said 27-17. Yeah, let's go Seahawks like 48-20. Nah, maybe not even that much. Let's go like 48, like let's go 48-17. Now, but the Commanders are going to kick a field goal. That's dumb. Yeah, let's go 48-20. Seahawks. Well, let's go over some stats from the first half. Sam Darnold, obviously just talked about him, 16 of 16, 282 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a perfect passer rating. Also didn't get sacked. This game already ties a season high in terms of touchdowns in a game for Sam Darnold. He threw 4 against the Buccaneers a few weeks ago. And he's already got 282 passing yards, which is his 4th highest of the season. He threw for 295 twice against the Jaguars and Steelers, and he threw for 341 against the Buccaneers. But outside of Sam Darnold, the Seahawks, they were pretty good on the ground. Kenneth Walker, 6 carries for 26 yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 1 for 11. Zach Charbonnet, 4 for 11. Then receiving JSN, 7 for 119. Cody White, 1 for 60 and a touchdown. Torrey Horton, 3 for 42 and 2 touchdowns. Elijah Arroyo, 1 for 26 and a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 2 for 19. AJ Barner, 2 for 16. Hold on 1 second. Then for the Commanders, Jaden Daniels went 7 for 11, 64 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. Although he did run for 37 yards and a touchdown and 7 carries. Then Chris Rodriguez ran it 4 times for 24 yards. Corey Krosky-Merritt, also known as Bill, ran it 5 times for 15 yards. And Jeremy McNichols, 1 carry for nothing. Then receiving, Zach Ertz, 3 catches for 21 yards. Deebo Samuel, 2 for 18. Jalen Lane, 1 for 15. And John Bates, 1 for 10. And then a team stats from the first half. The Seahawks with 15 first downs. The Commanders had 9. The Seahawks also a perfect 5 of 5 on third down. Commanders went 2 of 6 and 1 for 1 on fourth down. Seahawks outgained the Commanders 330 to 140, averaging 12.2 yards per play to the Commanders 5. Seahawks better team through the air, though the Commanders do have more rushing yards. It's 76 compared to 48. And also 2 turnovers forced by the Seattle defense. Each team 1 for 1 in the red zone. 4 penalties, 29 yards against the Seahawks. 5 for 50 against the Commanders. And time possession pretty close to 50-50. With 15-12 for the Seahawks, 14-48 for the Commanders. But let's go over some other scores from around the NFL while we wait for them to start the second half. Hold on, let me pull them up. Alright, we had the 49ers beat the Giants 34-24. Christian McCaffrey in the big game. Giants defense couldn't stop anybody. Bills beat the Chiefs 28-21. That was a good game. Josh Allen played well. 3 total touchdowns, 273 yards. Rams easily beat the Saints 34-10. And the Rams, they had the ball for 43 minutes as well. Saints had the ball for a franchise low of 16 minutes and 7 seconds. Just read that before. Jaguars beat the Raiders in overtime 30-29, but Brock Bowers had a huge game with 12 catches for 127 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bears beat the Bengals 47-42. That was a wild game. I wasn't watching it, but I was watching the game cast. That was an insane ending between the Bengals coming back, getting the onside kick, and then the Bears scoring touchdown, and the Bengals having a chance to throw a Hail Mary. That was an insane game. At 47-42, Bears beat the Bengals. The Vikings upset the Lions 27-24. Panthers upset the Packers 16-13. Broncos beat the Texans 18-15. Patriots beat the Falcons 24-23. Steelers upset the Colts 27-20. And the Chargers beat the Texans 27-20. But it has definitely been an interesting week so far. And now we see the Seahawks blow out the Commanders, at least in the first half. I haven't even checked my record this week. I'm 8-4. Not great, not terrible. My 4 mistakes. I took the Lions, they lost. Took the Colts, they lost. Packers, and Chiefs. Obviously, I took the Seahawks in this game. I've got the Cowboys tomorrow night. But the second half set to get underway. Seahawks will get the football to start the second half and look to build on their lead. That's already 24 points. And this kick is muffed and eventually picked up and returned to the 18. But Darnold and the Seahawks offense back onto the game. They're back onto the field. The Commanders allow 31 points, which is the most they've allowed in a half since week 12 of last year against the Cowboys, when they also allowed 31. And Seahawks linebacker Ernest Jones IV, who got left the game with an injury before, he will not return with a knee injury. Hopefully he's okay. Darnold hands off here. Walker left side for gain of a yard. Makes it 2nd and 9. Horton goes in motion. Darnold in shotgun back to his left. 2nd and 9 from the 20. Darnold looks to throw. Darnold throws underneath. That's caught. Another completion. And this time a gain of 8. Just short of a first down. So it'll be 3rd and 1. A.J. Barner makes the catch. Darnold 17 for 17. We saw Jordan Love complete 20 straight on Sunday night last week. Darnold completed 17 straight to start the game. 3rd and 1 here. Darnold under center. They need a yard. And they're going to look to throw here. Going to take a shot that is broken up. Trying to get it to Jackson Smith-Njigba, but couldn't. And it's 4th down, and the streak is over for Sam Darnold. 17 completions in a row for his first incompletion. Ends up hitting Marshawn Lattimore in the back. That's why it's incomplete. Interesting call right there on 3rd and 1. Throw a fade. And Seahawks end up going 3 and out. So Lane on the return here, and he's taken down at 22. Return of about 4. So it's 31-7. The Commanders football here on their own 21-yard line for their first possession here. The defense gets a stop for the first time today. Let's see if the offense can build on that. Daniels hands off. Krosky Merritt right side, makes a cut, and picks up 5. Daniels to throw here on 2nd and 5. Gets pressured. Steps up. Daniels floats one downfield. Caught by Ertz. Inside Seahawk territory to about the 48-yard line. And that's a nice play right there. Daniels 8 of 12, 89 yards and a pick. So from the 49, Daniels in shotgun back to his left. And here's the handoff up the middle to Krosky Merritt. Gained about 4. Second and 6. Ball on Seahawk 46. Daniels looks to throw. Pump fakes. Pocket collapsing. Daniels taken down for a sack. Back at the Commanders' 48-yard line. Leonard Williams with the sack. That's the first of the day for either team. And the Seahawks pass rush gets home. The pocket just gets pushed back into Jaden Daniels. He's got nowhere to go. And Leonard Williams with the sack. Third and 13 here. From their own 48, got to get to the Seahawks 39 for a first. Here comes a blitz. Daniels gets rid of it quickly, but it's low and incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the intended target, brings up 4th and 13. So 4th and 13, the Commanders will send on the punt team. Too far to go for. So Way on to punt. Pressure on the punt, but it's away cleanly. And Horton calls fair catch at the 12-yard line. So both teams punt on the first drive of the second half. And Seahawks take over at their own 12-yard line, 10:50 to go in the third quarter. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. A 31-7 lead for the Seahawks. We'll still wait for them to come back. And this is a long commercial break. Seahawks right tackle Abraham Lucas, 18 pass block snaps, 0 sacks or pressures allowed. Definitely a big reason Darnold started 17 for 17. From the 12-yard line, Darnold is under center. Play action here. Darnold is going to take a shot down the field. This one almost caught. One-handed attempt by Jackson Smith-Njigba. Now we got a late flag that comes in. Looks like this is going to be pass interference. It is interference. Jonathan Jones in coverage. Let's see this here. I don't know about that one. I mean, he kind of pins the arm down. It's like as the ball gets there. Like, I don't think. I'm not sure on that one. But it puts the ball up to the 40-yard one, so a 28-yard penalty. And here is the handoff. Kenneth Walker left side, slammed down at the line of scrimmage. So it's a 2nd and 10 here. And here we get a timeout call with the Seahawks. With exactly 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. So a 31-7 Seahawks lead. So it's 2nd and 9 for the Seahawks. Darnold in shotgun back to his left. That's Walker. Darnold throws quickly that is going to be caught by Horton. Gain of about 5. And make it 3rd and 4. Nice tackle right there at the point of the catch for the Commanders. Jackson Smith-Njigba over 100 yards again. He's the first player in Seahawks history with 4 straight 100-yard games. So 3rd and 4. Empty backfield for Darnold. A look to throw. Darnold, pump fakes. Tries to run now. Throws, knocked down. Oh, intercepted! Was that picked off? It is picked off. Mike Sanderstill picks off Sam Darnold. Looks like Darnold wanted to run, but he had nowhere to go. Now, this is just not a good throw. He throws him low and way behind the receiver. Allows Sanderstill to make a play on the ball. But it's the first real major mistake of the day for Darnold, who pretty much before this point has been perfect. His 5th interception of the year. The Commanders take over the 47. They hand it off to Deebo Samuel left side. And he's out of bounds after getting about 3. But they said Jackson Smith-Njigba before was the first player in Seahawks history to have 4 straight 100-yard games. He's at 100 yards in now 6 of the 8 games for the Seahawks. And the only games he didn't have 100 yards, he had 79 yards and 96 yards. It's a 2nd and 7 here from midfield. Daniels will look to throw. Steps up, gets pressure. Daniels still on his feet, able to escape from there. Takes a big hit. And he stood up after getting a 5. I don't know how he didn't get sacked here. Leonard Williams is standing right next to him and he doesn't realize it. And he doesn't try to tackle him until 5 yards later. With 3rd and 1, handoff, Rodriguez powers towards the line, and he's got a first down. He's been their most effective running back today. 5 carries, 27 yards. Daniels rolls right, escaping the rush. Daniels gonna run it again. He's out of bounds after gain of a yard. So 2nd and 9. And the Commander's gonna call a timeout right here. The play clock winding down. But apparently they're saying they actually had a chance at a big play in that previous play. Oh, they did. Jalen Wynn was wide open, might have had a touchdown. But Daniels probably didn't see him. But missed opportunity right there for the Commanders. Now 2nd and 9. .640 to go in the 3rd quarter. Daniels looks to throw. Actually got play blown dead here. Looks like a false start against the Commanders. Play blown dead. It is a false start. And Zach Ertz is 2nd of the day, actually. It's the 7th penalty of the day against the Commanders. They have as many penalties as they do points. So 2nd and 14 from the Seahawks 45 after the penalty. Daniels looks to throw, steps up, pressured. Daniels gets sacked. A loss of 2 on the play. And it makes it 3rd and really long for the Commanders. With 3rd and 15, Daniels and shotgun back to his right. Seahawks bring a blitz. Daniels pressured. Just throws it, knocked in the air and incomplete. Got a flag down. We had a chop block here against the offense. The penalty declined. It makes it 4th and about 15. I feel like you don't really see a chop block called that often. We've seen 2 of them today. So it's 4th and 15 with the penalty declined. The Commander's going to keep the offense out there. I mean, why not? You're down by 24. Technically a 3-score game. If you can get 3 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. 4th and 15, you gotta get the Seahawks 31. Empty backfield for Daniels. Seahawks bring 5. Daniels pressured. Daniels spinning away, still on his feet. Steps up, rolls right. And Daniels gonna try to run for this here, and he's tripped up from behind. He wasn't getting there anyway. But the Seahawks defense gets another stop. They turn it over on downs. Leonard Williams with another big play. Man, what a tackle right there. But another great defensive play by the Seahawks defense. And the offense takes over the good field position. Hold on 1 second. Marshawn Lattimore's been downgraded to out with a knee injury. When did he even get hurt? I'm not sure, but he's now out for the game. They're back from commercial here from the 40-yard line. The Seahawks take over. Darnold will hand off to Charbonnet up the middle, and Zach Charbonnet runs for 7 yards. So 2nd and 4 from the 46. Darnold in shotgun back to his right. Darnold looked to throw. Pressure. Darnold steps up. Darnold. Oh, wow. How do you get that throw off? He flips to Charbonnet. There's a flag on the field. And Charbonnet gets to the 34. How did Darnold get that throw off? He just flips it to Charbonnet. I think before his knee hit the ground. Wow. Penalties declined because they're holding before the pass. I want to see this again. This is an insane play from Sam Darnold. He's getting sacked. Yeah, he's not down. He just flips it to Charbonnet. That's another great play from Sam Darnold. He's 19 of 21 for 316, 4 touchdowns and a pick. So 1st and 10 from the 33. They go back to Charbonnet this time on the ground. It spins away from the defender in the backfield, gains a yard, maybe 2. We got a 2nd and 8 here. Bring a receiver in motion. Darnold, play action. Finds Arroyo in the flat, and he slips, regains his balance, and he's forced to bounce after getting about 4. Arroyo caught a touchdown before. Caught his first NFL touchdown before, they say. I would assume, but I wouldn't think it's first touchdown. I mean, it makes sense, though, because he is a rookie. With Miami last year, part of that great offense. With Cam Ward and Damian Martinez in their great trio of receivers. With Xavier Restrepo. Who else do they have? They have CJ Daniels? I can't remember now. But it's 3rd and 5. Darnold has time over the middle. Call for a first down. JSN to the 19-yard line. Another nice throw and catch. Who were the receivers on that Miami team last year? Why can I not remember? They had Restrepo. I think they had CJ Daniels. Obviously, Cam Ward, Damian Martinez. There's a handoff to Walker. Backpedals his way towards a first down. He's got it. And a gain of 12. No, they didn't have CJ Daniels. I made that up. We have a face mask here against the defense as well. It's going to be 15 or half distance to the goal from the end of the run. Oh, that's why Walker ended up going backwards, because he got spun around. But the top 3 receivers for Miami last year were Isaiah Horton, Jonte George, and Xavier Restrepo. That's the guys I couldn't remember. Not Restrepo, George. And Horton. 1st and goal here, we got a timeout, but a flag. Looks like the Commanders had too many guys on the field. We got 2:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. (31-7) Seahawks lead to extend that lead. 2:35 to go. So 1st and goal from the 3. Darnold under center, then they shift into shotgun. So Darnold in shotgun back to his left. Darnold looks to throw. Throws outside. That is broken up. Incomplete. Looking for the tight end Barner. It's 2nd and goal. Just the 3rd incompletion of the game for Sam Darnold. The 2nd and goal here. Darnold under center. Walker is the back. Darnold hands off. Walker up the middle. And he is short. Taken down at the 1. Brings up 3rd and goal from the 1. Eight-play, 59-yard drive so far. It's taken about 3.5 minutes off the clock. With 3rd and goal, gonna go tush push here. And he's in. Touchdown. Not with Darnold, the tight end Barner. The guy who sneaks it. And A.J. Barner with a rushing touchdown. And the Seahawks extend their lead. 9 plays, 60 yards, 3:48 off the clock. They're up by 30, about to be 31. With 1:53 to go in the 3rd. Too bad this is a runaway. I was rooting for the Commanders. Always hope. Spoke too soon. Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to come back here. Down essentially 31. Yeah, definitely didn't see this kind of game coming. Thought it's going to be very close. Extra point is good to make it 38-7. The Seahawks lead. I wonder what the biggest blowout in the NFL is this year. I know the Chiefs beat the Raiders by 31. Let's see. I can't find a definitive answer. I think it might be 31. When the Raiders beat the Chiefs by 31-0 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? I think 2. But let's check with their commercial. Let's see. Go all the way back to week 1. Your aunt is watching. She roots for the Seahawks, so she's a happy fan. That's good. Yeah, it's a great game for the Seahawks. They look really good. So let's see. 33-8 was the biggest blowout. That's not 31 points. In week 1. Let's see. Wait a minute, is this it? I don't feel like doing this math. We need a calculator. 31 tied with the Bears and Lions when the Lions won 52-21. Oh, here we go. 38 points. The Vikings beat the Bengals 48-10. I think that's the biggest blowout this year. So, I mean, this game could be the biggest blowout of the year. 44-13 as well, but I think 38 is bigger. Yeah, that's a 31 point. Yeah, I think it'll be 38 points, the biggest blowout of the year so far. But definitely a possibility. This game is the biggest blowout. 31-point game right now. A couple scores away. Jaden Daniels been pressured on 54% of his dropbacks this week. That's a career high. And this is also a great Seahawks defensive front. Daniels has also scrambled on 42% of his dropbacks, which is also a career high. And when he's under pressure, he's taken 2 sacks. He's 2 of 6 passing for 35 yards, and he's thrown a pick. I mean, obviously, every quarterback's not going to be as good under pressure. And whistle for some reason. Not sure what that was about. But a 1st and 10 right here from the 35-yard line. Kick was touchback, by the way. Daniels looks to throw. Underneath, that is caught by Samuel. He's got space after the catch. He's inside Seahawk territory at about the 45. 20 yards there on the catch and run. It's a good start to the drive. Commando's going to need a lot more of those. So 1st and 10 from the 46, so 19 yards actually, on 1st down. Throw to the outside, Debo again, this time going backwards, lost a yard. Flag down. If it stands. Oh, never mind, there is no foul. The loss of a yard right there. Oh man, what a play. Just drives the receiver right back. Traylon Burks, the former Titan 1st-round pick. 2nd and 11. Daniels, quick throw underneath that is caught by Jalen Wayne. Gain of about 7, getting into the 40. But it still brings up 3rd down. So 3rd down and 4. Could be the final play of the quarter. Daniels looks to throw. Pressured again. Daniels still on his feet. Nowhere to go, and he's taken down for another sack. Jaden Daniels goes down again. The Seahawks defense continues to get constant pressure, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 38-7, Seahawks lead the Commanders. Man, what a dominant performance this has been. Offense, defense, really complete game for the Seahawks. The 38-7 Seahawk lead. As we enter the final quarter of play. Wonder how much more the Seahawks keep playing Sam Darnold. I mean, they're up by 31 points in the 4th quarter. I mean, I think you probably take him out, right? Some of your key starters. Have you thought about getting into local sports radio commentary in your area? This YouTube better experience. Yeah, I actually have thought about that. I haven't really found anything, but I've definitely looked for that stuff. And I have. That is something I have looked for, and I have considered. Hold on 1 second. The Commanders, they will send on the punt team here on 4th and 14. Punt fair call at the 13-yard line, and that is where the Seahawks will take over. Are you serious? Another commercial break? That play took 6 seconds, and it was a punt. And they did another commercial. You had a friend that did radio in Wyoming. Some great exposure. Your father-in-law always preferred radio. Yeah, that's definitely something I'd consider. I mean, obviously, it would be my dream to be able to do YouTube full time, but obviously, not there. Not there yet. Hopefully, one day, but that is definitely something I'd consider and something I'm definitely thinking about as I look for a job. You could do both for a resume. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do plan to keep doing YouTube no matter what. We still wait for them to come back from commercial here. A 31-point Seahawks lead. Jackson Smith-Njigba is responsible for 46% of the Seahawks receiving yards. That would be the highest rate in the NFL since 1975. That's crazy. He's got 8 catches for 129 yards today. So Darnold is still in at quarterback. Kind of surprising. Although, I mean, there is an entire quarter left to play. But Charbonnet up the middle for about 4 yards. Ohio State has had a receiver go in the first round from 2022 all the way to 2025. They're the first school to have a first round receiver in 4 straight years. So 2nd and 6 here. Handoff, Charbonnet up the middle again. Look up 2. It was 3rd and 4 from the 20. Darnold, another handoff. Kenneth Walker cuts back, and Walker breaks a tackle, gains 2. So the Seahawks can go 3 and out. Seahawks to punt for just the 2nd time. So the punt is away, and it's fielded at the 34-yard line. Fair catch. So it's a 44-yard punt. And Seahawks still up 38-7 with 12:30 to go in the 4th quarter. And they're going to go to another commercial break. Like 2.5 minutes after their last one. Hold on 1 second. We still wait for them to come back from commercial. 31-point Seahawk lead. Commanders offense back out there. Still got Jaden Daniels in the game. Kind of surprising, considering you're down 31 with 12.5 minutes to go, and he's been banged up. Here's a handoff to Bill Krosky-Murray for gain of 4. I mean, I know it could look like you're benching Jaden Daniels, but I mean, I'm pretty sure most people know that's not the case. Daniels rolls to his right here, throws underneath. That is caught by Bates, and it'll pick up about 8, enough for a first down. I prefer watching your commentary rather than the game and as many commercials. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy it. But yeah, it is definitely annoying with how often they go to commercial. Another handoff to the middle here. Krosky Murray for maybe a yard. Because we had like, we obviously commercial in between the third and fourth quarter, a punt, full TV timeout, and then Seahawks had the ball for I think like 2.5 minutes, if that long, and they went to another TV timeout. There's no reason for that in the span of like 5 minutes. Yeah, Seahawks had the ball for 2:24. Here's a throw to the outside, Krosky Murray. Oh wow, got hit hard by Tariq Woolen. And then we got a flag that comes in. It's gonna be a flag for taunting. That's such a soft call. Yeah, the NFL has done. Made it so soft now, where if you stand over a guy for half a second too long, you'll get called for taunting. Daniels pressured again here, rolls left, escaping the run, escaping the rush, throws on the run, caught for first down. Gave him about 13. I give him 14 or 15. Traylon Burks makes the catch from a Titans first round pick. Yep, that's a catch. Long sideline, nice job keeping the feet in. First and 10 here. From the 17-yard line. Daniels throws outside for Deebo Samuel on the screen. And he'll pick up 4. Seahawks at 6-2. Assuming they hold on to win this game, which you would think that would be the case. But they'd be tied for the best record in the NFC at 6-2 with a bunch of other teams. Here's a run for no gain for the Commanders. They'd be tied with the Eagles, Buccaneers, Rams. I think one more. It was weird. Coming into the week, the Packers had won 4 games. No. The Packers had won 5 games. But teams like the Eagles and Buccaneers had won 6, yet the Packers still the 1 seed. Because they had the better win percentage with the tie. They're 5-1-1 as opposed to 6-2. Here's a throw to the outside. That is caught by Wayne for getting about 6, enough for a first down. But now the Packers lost today. They no longer have the top seed in the NFC. No, it's the Eagles, Buccaneers, Rams, and now Seahawks, who are going to be 6-2. The 49ers also have 6 wins, but they're 6-3. Haven't had their bye week yet. They have a late bye in week 14. There's a handoff up the middle for McNichols, and he'll gain about 3. Or sorry, that's actually Chris Rodriguez. Brings up second goal. Watching keeps your blood pressure down so you don't yell at the TV. I guess that's always good. It's also a lot easier and less stressful when there's a blowout like this. Daniels on the option here, trying to get to the outside, taken down for a loss. Brings up third and goal. Uh-oh, now he's hurt. That's not good. Hopefully he's okay. That's exactly what I would have taken him out before. And especially not run him down 31. But hopefully Jaden Daniels is okay. I mean, I don't know who's deciding to run him down 31 with 7 minutes left. Hopefully he's okay. But Marcus Mariota will come into the game at quarterback for the Commanders. Replace the injured Jaden Daniels. Oh, it's his arm. I didn't even see his arm. I was looking at his legs and how. Oh man. I just saw a replay. I went on Twitter to try to figure out what happened. It was his arm. Oh man. Hopefully he's okay. That looks terrible. I was looking at his legs thinking it was a leg injury. But it's his arm. Oh man. Hopefully he's okay. That looks terrible. Yeah, hopefully he's okay. That did not look good. It's his left arm. Yeah, that does not look good. Here's seeing what the other games seeing what other games were on after your team won today. Feeling good today, go Niners. Well, you beat my Giants, so definitely played pretty well. Although, I mean, the Giants, they were terrible. This game, not that close. Daniels walks to the locker room. Hopefully he's okay. That does not look good. Third and goal from the 4 here. Mariota hands off. Rodriguez up the middle. He's in. Touchdown, Commanders. So 11 plays, 65-yard drive for the Commanders. And they get some more points here. Well, they're not going to matter at all. These two team names are so long. Hard to fit them all in here. But here is the extra point. And it is good. 38-14. Seahawks with the Commanders. With still 7:14 to go in the fourth quarter. So the Seahawks will get the ball back unless they want to go onside kick, but I doubt it. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial here. Seahawks get the ball back, leading 38-14. Next week, we got the Steelers and Chargers on Sunday night. That'll be interesting. Both teams beat an NFC or AFC South opponent this week. Chargers beat the Titans 27-20. Steelers beat the Colts also 27-20. That'll should be pretty interesting. It's 38-14. Seahawks can get the football back. This one fielded on the bounce. And got some space here. White gets to the outside. And he's knocked it bounce at 28. And I'd imagine Drew Lock going to come in here for the Seahawks. So Drew Lock into the game at quarterback for the Seahawks. Spent last year with the Giants. Year before with the Seahawks. Now back with the Seahawks. And I'll toss it here to the left side. No gain in the play. Sam Darnold's final stats, 21 of 24 for 330. 4 touchdowns and a pick. Played a really good game. Seahawks as a team Great all-around game, up 38-14. There's a handoff up the middle, and about 2 yards here. The NFC West, Rams 6-2, Seahawks gonna match them at 6-2. The 49ers are 6-3, and the Cardinals at 1-5 or 2-5. But that's gonna be a fascinating race to watch for who can win that division. It's a three-way race right now. I think the injuries might catch up to the 49ers eventually, but it's gonna be really interesting. Here's a run up the middle for getting about 7 yards short of a first down. And in the NFC West, the Cardinals, I mean, they're 2-5. They play tomorrow night against the Cowboys. I just have no idea what's up with them. I mean, they look good. They were 2-0 at the start of the year, but then they've lost 5 straight. Kyler Murray is going to be active tomorrow, but not starting. I don't even know. They're just a weird spot. Wayne fields this from inside the 10, and I'll return it to the 12. And the Commanders get the ball back. 4:40 to go. Mariota comes back in. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 639 passing yards. Was decent last week against the Chiefs. The 1st and 10 here from the 17-yard line. Mariota hands off up the middle for, I'm not sure who that is. He had about 5. He's up 2nd down. It was 2nd and 4 from the 23. Mariota in shotgun back to his left. 4 minutes to go. Handoff here, Krosky Merritt right side. Bounces off defender. We got about 3. The upcoming schedule for the Seahawks, they get the Cardinals next week. Then at the Rams, that's a huge game. Then they're at the Titans, home with the Vikings in week 13, at the Falcons in week 14, and they play the Colts in week 15. The Colts, they're another interesting team. They've had the 4th easiest schedule so far. They have the 5th hardest remaining schedule, so we're really going to see if the Colts are for real or not. Obviously, they did not play well today. Daniel Jones turned it over 5 times. As they lost to the Steelers. I mean, they still didn't even lose by that much. They lost by 7. I mean, I know it wasn't quite as close as that game, the final score looks, but losing by 7, end up 7, when you turn it over 6 times is insane. I mean, you just can't be turning it over 6 times. So 1st and 10 here. 2.5 to go. Mariota in shotgun back to his right. Bring receiver in motion. And here's the handoff. Rodriguez cuts up the middle for about 4 yards. And that should bring us to 2-minute warning. So yeah, 2 minutes to go here. 38-14. Seahawks lead the Commanders. I mean, what a performance this has been for the Seahawks. So it's a 2nd and 6 here. Okay, really? They put up no coaches' challenges in the last 2 minutes. Who's challenging a play when the game is 38-14 with 2 minutes left? Rodriguez here. Nice run, about 8 yards. Another first down for the Commanders. Schedule for the Commanders upcoming. They face the Lions next week. That's a interesting opportunity for the Lions. And wow, they took it away quickly. Then they play the Dolphins, then a bye, and then I don't know what's after that. Another handoff. Rodriguez spins away for about 4. Let's see. I'm trying to pull up the schedule for the Commanders, but it won't load. Give me 1 second. 2nd and 6, likely the final play of the game. Mariota, another handoff. Rodriguez. 2 yards. The upcoming schedule for the Commanders: the Lions next week. Then they play the Dolphins in Madrid. And then they play the Broncos. Then the bye week after the Madrid game. Then they play the Broncos on Sunday night. Then the Vikings. Then the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, and Eagles to end the year. But it's definitely going to be tough for the Commanders, especially not there. Most likely without Jaden Daniels. I mean, I would be very surprised if he plays another snap this year. The final score 38-14. Seahawks beat the Commanders. Man, I hope Jaden Daniels is okay out the season, perhaps. Yeah, it did not look good. I'd be pretty surprised if he comes back at all. I mean, it's also really... It really stinks for the Commanders. They shouldn't have even had him in the game. They were down 31 points, and they had Jaden Daniels in the game. And he'd already been battling injuries. There's no point to have him in the game. And they did anyway. Yeah, hopefully Daniels is okay. It did not look good. But final score 38-14. Seahawks get the win on Sunday Night Football. I'll be live tomorrow for Monday night between the Cardinals and Cowboys. Hopefully, the game a lot closer than this game. But a dominant performance for the Seahawks. Not a great performance for the Commanders. And that's going to do it for this stream, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to put this as often as possible. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow for Monday Night Football. Be sure to like this stream, subscribe, turn notifications. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one.